If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to get the latest updates.
Question: which invoicing type would be recommended for milestone-based payments for services such as consulting? Option 1: Release Order Contract. Option 2: Purchase Order. Option 3: No Release Order Contract. Option 4: Service Purchase Order. Question: when is an approval flow triggered in the context of a self-service scenario? Option 1: when the chosen suppliers are not preferred. Option 2: when the purchasing requisition is submitted. Option 3: when the requester sends the RFQ to the suppliers. Option 4: when the requester awards the RFQ. Question: what documents are required for services when setting up a three-way match? Option 1: invoice, requisition, and service entry sheet. Option 2: invoice, order, and receipt. Option 3: requisition, order confirmation, and invoice. Option 4: invoice, service entry sheet and purchase order. Question: using the non-catalog item requisition with discounts, which of the following contract type settings must be changed within the contract request details screen? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: supplier level. Option 2: item level, catalog. Option 3: item level, non-catalog. Option 4: commodity level. Question: which SAP Ariba solutions have a direct impact on guided buying? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: SAP Ariba Contracts Management. Option 2: SAP Ariba Supplier Lifecycle and Performance. Option 3: SAP Ariba Supplier Risk. Option 4: SAP Ariba Strategic Sourcing. Question: who is required to receive an order that is set up for desktop receipt? Option 1: the person who prepared the requisition. Option 2: any user in the approver group. Option 3: any user in the approval flow. Option 4: the person who requested the requisition. Question: which of the following apply to compound pricing? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: compound pricing can be used with discounts by amount. Option 2: the calculation is serial from the sub-agreement discount to the parent. Option 3: the calculation on the sub-agreement is inherited from the parent agreement's discount. Option 4: compound pricing can be used with discounts by percentage. Question: which of the following are benefits of using the spot buy capability of SAP Ariba Catalog? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: it streamlines sourcing for direct materials with high price volatility. Option 2: it provides commodity-specific requisitioning forms. Option 3: it decreases the number of non-catalog requisitions created. Option 4: it increases visibility of low-dollar, one-time purchases. Question: which of the following are configurable in the guided buying user interface? Note: there are three correct answers to this question. Option 1: notifications. Option 2: homepage. Option 3: company logo. Option 4: header fields. Option 5: landing pages. Question: which of the following default invoice exception types occur at line level? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: PO received quantity variance. Option 2: PO price variance. Option 3: invoice currency mismatch. Option 4 PO payment terms mismatch. Question: which of the following is a benefit for sellers using Ariba network? Option 1, invoices submitted electronically via DotCom Flip are more accurate and accepted more quickly by buyers. Option 2, sellers transacting on Ariba network are eligible to use marketing services to promote products on Ariba network. Option 3, sellers with good ratings are promoted as potential suppliers on Ariba network. Option 4, sellers collect marketing intelligence for their industry on Ariba network. Question: which main data elements does SAP Ariba buying require from the customer and #39's existing systems? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1, user groups. Option 2, historical spend data. Option 3, payment terms. Option 4, suppliers. Question: where can a guided buying user select suppliers from when creating a non-catalog item requisition? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1, a global pool of public suppliers available in the Ariba network. Option 2, a global pool of supplier organizations available in buying and invoicing. Option 3, a predefined list of incumbent suppliers responding to sourcing events. Option 4, a predefined list of preferred suppliers generated by SAP Ariba supplier lifecycle and performance. Question: which type of document must the guided buying administrator choose in order to create forms for tactical sourcing purposes? Option 1, form. Option 2, CUS_form. Option 3, request. Option 4, requisition form. Question: where can users insert parallel approvers in the approval flow of an SAP Ariba custom form? Option 1, only at the beginning of the approval flow. Option 2, only after their own approval node. Option 3, at any point after their own approval node. Option 4, at any point in the approval flow. Question: which data dictates the system behavior for tactical sourcing scenarios? Option 1, approval flows. Option 2, supplier policies. Option 3, user group assignments. Option 4, ship to location. Question: what is the default setting for the auto accept percentage validation tolerance, which accepts invoices when the invoice amount is less than a specified percentage of the original order? Option 1, 0.2. Option 2, 0.05. Option 3, 0.15. Option 4, 0.1. Question: which of the following attributes can be used to define rule conditions in the procurement operations desk? Note: there are three correct answers to this question. Option 1, gallon account. Option 2, spend value. Option 3, commodity code. Option 4, language. Option 5, supplier. Question: which of the following contract types support discount pricing? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1, commodity level. Option 2, catalog level. Option 3, item level. Option 4, supplier level. Question: which activities do you conduct during the design phase of an SAP Ariba buying and invoicing project? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1, lead configuration workshops. Option 2, conduct workstream introductions. Option 3, update the functional design document. Option 4 Create customizations. Question: which of the following files can be used to specify approvers when defining the action for an approval rule? Option 1 User Data Consolidated File. Option 2 User Group Mapping File. Option 3 Approver Lookup File. Option 4 Team Member Rule File. Question: when using the budget check, a parameter is set to either absolute or warning. What effects do these options have? Option 1 Warning: preparers are able to submit requisitions that exceed the budget. Absolute: preparers are only able to submit requisitions that are within the budget. Option 2 Warning: preparers are notified when the budget is near its limit. Absolute: preparers and budget approvers are only notified when the budget is over its limit. Option 3 Warning: the requester and #39s manager is added as a watcher when the budget is exceeded. Absolute: the requester and #39s manager is added as an approver when the budget is exceeded. Option 4 Warning: a budget approver is added only when the budget is exceed. Absolute: a budget approver is always added. Question: which of the following are advantages of using the network subscription to load catalogs to SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing? Note: there are 2 correct answers to this question. Option 1 provides the catalog manager full control over the content. Option 2 provides access to external supplier web shops. Option 3 reduces workload for the catalog managers on the customers and #39 side. Option 4 ensures pricing matches the contracted price. Question: what must you do to correct a receipt that was over-received in SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing? Option 1 Enter the correct value in the accepted box that matches the total quantity accepted. Option 2 Enter the correct value in the accepted box after you create a new PO. Option 3 Enter a negative value in the accepted box to reduce the quantity previously accepted. Option 4 Enter a 0 value in the accepted box to reset the quantity previously accepted. Question: what are the features that drive compliance within the SAP Buying and Invoicing application? Note: there are 2 correct answers to this question. Option 1 Contract terms. Option 2 Savings tracking. Option 3 Pricing terms. Option 4 Contract hierarchy. Question: which of the following is the user for whom a document is created on behalf of? Option 1 Project owner. Option 2 Requester. Option 3 Preparer. Option 4 Watcher. Question: what are the benefits of using the SAP Ariba Suite integration? Note: there are 2 correct answers to this question. Option 1 It enables seamless integration of a contract workspace and contract compliance. Option 2 It allows for consolidated maintenance of common data. Option 3 It allows on-premise apps to join with on-demand apps. Option 4 It enables seamless integration of contracts and shipping details. Question: what does the remittance import functionality in SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing load? Option 1 ERP invoice data into SAP Ariba and #39s reporting engine. Option 2 Invoices for payment by SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing. Option 3 Supplier bank data needed for payments. Option 4 Payment information for visibility and analysis. Question: your customer has an existing business process that is not supported by SAP Ariba buying and invoicing out of the box. What does SAP Ariba recommend you do first? Option 1: file a service request with the SAP Ariba support team requesting a change to the system. Option 2: file an enhancement request with the SAP Ariba support team and await a response from product support before proceeding. Option 3: work with the customer to modify their existing process to match SAP Ariba best practices. Option 4: work with the technical lead to provide a customization. Question: SAP Ariba buying and invoicing can be configured to capture asset data on receipts. Which asset data attributes are included in the default configuration for asset receipts? Note: there are 3 correct answers to this question. Option 1: depreciation period. Option 2: location. Option 3: serial number. Option 4: tag number. Option 5: accrual account. Question: you have an agreement in which a flat percentage discount is applied if spend tiers are reached throughout a given time period. Which pricing type would you recommend? Option 1: amount-based volume discount, cumulative. Option 2: amount-based volume discount, per order. Option 3: quantity-based volume discount, per order. Option 4: quantity-based volume discount, cumulative. Question: who awards the RFQ in the context of a tactical sourcing low-touch scenario? Option 1: purchasing managers. Option 2: supervisor. Option 3: sourcing specialists. Option 4: the requester. Question: when you configure catalog views, which fields can you use to filter items for shoppers in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Note: there are 3 correct answers to this question. Option 1: part number. Option 2: price. Option 3: supplier. Option 4: catalog subscription. Option 5: commodity code. Question: which supplier field is used to link a new procurement supplier to an existing supplier within strategic sourcing? Option 1: ERP vendor ID. Option 2: Ariba network ID, ANID. Option 3: supplier ID. Option 4: SM vendor ID. Question: which data must be associated with RFQ forms in order for preferred suppliers to be displayed? Option 1: commodity. Option 2: region. Option 3: ship to. Option 4: department. Question: for what purpose can you use a standard account in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Option 1: to simplify the configuration process for SAP Ariba buying and invoicing to reduce the total implementation time to roughly half of a standard setup. Option 2: to reduce the number of steps necessary for suppliers to upload catalogs to Ariba network by using CIF templates. Option 3: to create user accounts automatically when they are needed by integrating with an LDAP system. Option 4: to send purchase orders over Ariba network to suppliers who have not yet registered or declined to pay Ariba network fees. Question: if you update a parameter in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing, when does the new setting take effect? Option 1: after the next server restart or scheduled maintenance. Option 2: overnight when the scheduled update parameters task runs. Option 3: immediately after the change. Option 4: a maximum of 2 hours after the change. Question: your supplier has an enterprise account on Ariba network. For which documents does the supplier pay transaction fees? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 order confirmations. Option 2 non-PO invoices. Option 3 purchase orders. Option 4 payment remittance advice. Question: which of the following integration options can be used within SAP ERP customer? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 web services. Option 2 SAP Ariba Cloud Integration Gateway. Option 3 Suite Integration. Option 4 Batch File Channel. Question: which of the following are steps in the setup of qualified/preferred suppliers? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 import regions using ISO 2-digit codes. Option 2 import regions using ISO 3-digit codes. Option 3 load the supplier organization sourcing contact. Option 4 load the supplier organization buying contact. Question: which of the following is an SAP Ariba approvable document? Note: there are three correct answers to this question. Option 1 receipt. Option 2 purchase requisition. Option 3 invoice reconciliation. Option 4 purchase order. Option 5 group assignment. Question: where would you find information such as recurring fees and expenses in a contract? Option 1 cost terms. Option 2 item terms. Option 3 contract terms. Option 4 pricing terms. Question: when adding service line item to a requisition, what additional information is required? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 expiration date. Option 2 milestone. Option 3 service end date. Option 4 max amount. Question: your customer wants to auto-accept low-dollar invoice reconciliations. Which actions do you perform in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 update invoice exception tolerances. Option 2 add an override to an invoice exception. Option 3 enable an auto-accept amount parameter. Option 4 set the commodity code to reconcile by amount. Question: how is the preferred level status set for suppliers? Option 1 list from 5, lowest preference, to 1, highest preference. Option 2 list from 1, lowest preference, to 3, highest preference. Option 3 list from 1, lowest preference, to 5, highest preference. Option 4 list from 3, lowest preference, to 1, highest preference. Question: which methods can you use to integrate purchase orders within SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 direct order method. Option 2 indirect order method. Option 3 ERP order method with or without acknowledgement. Option 4 asynchronous order method. Question: how do users in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing send purchase orders to suppliers over Ariba network? Option 1 the user creates a purchase order. When the purchase order is approved, SAP Ariba Procurement transmits it to the supplier. Option 2. The user creates a requisition. When the requisition is approved, SAP Ariba Procurement generates a purchase order and transmits it to the supplier. Option 3. The user creates a purchase order. When the purchase order is approved, a procurement buyer transmits it to the supplier. Option 4. The user creates a requisition. When the requisition is approved, a procurement buyer creates a purchase order and transmits it to the supplier. Question: which of the following are impacted by the realm switcher feature for users within multiple realms? Note, there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1. Authenticated users in a child realm are authenticated by all other relevant realms. Option 2. Corporate authentication/single sign-on is set up at the parent realm. Option 3. Users loaded at the parent realm will need to sign into child realms manually. Option 4. Dashboard portals are realm-specific with separated tasks. Question: which of the following invoicing types invoices directly against a blanket purchase order, BPO? Option 1. Purchase order or release order. Option 2. Non-PO. Option 3. Service purchase order. Option 4. Contract. Question: an approval node contains a system group with 5 users. From this group, who must approve the document? Option 1. All users. Option 2. The majority of users. Option 3. The user with the highest approval authority. Option 4. Any user. Question: which transactional data element is a required ERP integration for SAP Ariba buying and invoicing implementations? Option 1. Receipt. Option 2. Payment request. Option 3. Remittance advice. Option 4. Purchase order. Question: which integration channel do you use if your customer requests real-time transactional data synchronization between SAP ERP and SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Option 1. File channel. Option 2. EDI. Option 3. Web services. Option 4. Direct connectivity. Question: which buying process is recommended by SAP Ariba for facilities and maintenance spend? Option 1. Release contract. Option 2. Service purchase order. Option 3. Non-PO invoice. Option 4. Collaborative requisition. Question: what must you create before you can set up a contract compliance contract when SAP Ariba buying and invoicing is integrated with SAP Ariba contracts? Option 1. Contract workspace, procurement. Option 2. Contract request, procurement. Option 3. Procurement workspace. Option 4. Pricing terms worksheet. Question: which supplier master data is shared in a suite integrated environment in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Option 1. Tax ID. Option 2. Preferred ordering method. Option 3. System ID. Option 4. Supplier location. Question: your customer purchases goods through resellers and needs to track spend with the manufacturer. Which contract hierarchy supports this business requirement? Option 1. Master agreement with reseller. Standalone agreement with manufacturer. Option 2. Master agreement with manufacturer. Subagreement with reseller. Option 3. Master agreement with reseller. Subagreement with manufacturer. Option 4. Master agreement with manufacturer. Standalone agreement with reseller. Question: how can you access the contract compliance request in a suite integrated realm? Option 1: contract terms. Option 2: contract workspace contract terms. Option 3: contract workspace contract request. Option 4: contract workspace pricing terms. Question: a user needs to design and manage forms. Which SAP Ariba user groups must be assigned to this user? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: eForm Template Manager. Option 2: Custom Form Designer. Option 3: Purchasing Administrator. Option 4: Custom Form Administrator. Question: which type of sourcing template is used by guided buying to create an RFQ? Option 1: Quick Event. Option 2: Quick Quote. Option 3: Spot Buy. Option 4: Spot Quote. Question: your customer wants to export receiving data from SAP Ariba buying and invoicing to their back-end PeopleSoft instance in real time. What do you recommend that they use? Option 1: Direct Connect functionality. Option 2: SAP Ariba Integration Toolkit. Option 3: a web service upload operation. Option 4: a PeopleSoft asynchronous call. Question: what are the configuration options for the child sites of multiple ERP systems in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Note: there are three correct answers to this question. Option 1: disconnected. Option 2: multivariant. Option 3: connected. Option 4: single variant. Option 5: cross variant. Question: which receiving option can you enable by configuring receiving tolerances in SAP Ariba? Option 1: over. Option 2: hybrid. Option 3: partial. Option 4: negative. Question: which of the following validation tolerance options will not create an exception? Option 1: auto reject. Option 2: skip amount. Option 3: auto accept amount. Option 4: auto accept percentage. Question: which event updates the status of a requisition from ordered to another status? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: some or all items on the requisition are received. Option 2: the invoice is approved for an order. Option 3: the order is cancelled. Option 4: the order is confirmed by the supplier. Question: what integration method requires the use of middleware? Option 1: web services. Option 2: direct connectivity. Option 3: common data server channel. Option 4: master data channel. Question: which items are used to match receipts to invoice lines, implementing a goods receipt-based invoice verification? Option 1: ship to location. Option 2: sold to email address. Option 3: purchase orders they reference. Option 4: item description. Question: what is supported within one-time vendor functionality in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Option 1: invoice limits per vendor. Option 2: non-PO invoices. Option 3: catalog orders. Option 4: credit memos. Question: which of the following exception handler invoice processing options should be used if the invoice has been matched to the wrong purchase order? Option 1: refer to accounts payable group. Option 2: request for a credit memo and resubmit. Option 3 manual match to the correct purchase order. Option 4 reject and request resubmission. Question: how does Ariba Network help reduce invoice processing errors? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: suppliers use Ariba Network to validate tax details prior to submission. Option 2: suppliers can flip a purchase order, PO, into an invoice and most fields are filled automatically based on the information from the PO. Option 3: Ariba Network performs a three-way match to ensure the invoice matches the purchase order. Option 4: certain invoice fields can be configured with tolerances to be validated on Ariba Network before the invoice reaches SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing. Question: which of the following supplier data is synchronized between SAP Ariba Strategic Sourcing and SAP Ariba Procurement within a suite integrated realm? Option 1: partitioned supplier. Option 2: common supplier. Option 3: remittance location. Option 4: supplier location. Question: which technical aspects are part of an SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing implementation? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: separate spend activities by entities. Option 2: set up catalog constraints. Option 3: filter information by business unit. Option 4: allow visibility control to items in the UI. Question: where do buyers store catalog items used for guided buying? Option 1: guided buying. Option 2: supply chain collaboration. Option 3: Ariba Network. Option 4: buying and invoicing. Question: which of the following are types of tiles you can find in guided buying? Note: there are three correct answers to this question. Option 1: GB search. Option 2: commodity. Option 3: form. Option 4: supplier. Option 5: ad hoc item. Question: which files must be maintained under SM administration when SAP Ariba supplier lifecycle and performance is integrated with guided buying? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: preferred supplier data.csv. Option 2: supplier qualification.csv. Option 3: supplier company data.csv. Option 4: preferred supplier.csv. Question: what transactional data can be exchanged between SAP Ariba Buying and Invoicing and an ERP system? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: order confirmation. Option 2: purchase order. Option 3: payment request. Option 4: invoice. Question: when can a sub-agreement price override the price specified in the master agreement? Note: there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1: when the parent agreement is a release order contract. Option 2: when both agreements have the item aggregator turned on. Option 3: when the parent agreement is a no-release order contract. Option 4: when both agreements have item-level price discounts. Question: which of the following is a virtual representation of a physical server and a collection of one or more realms? Option 1: community. Option 2: data center. Option 3: realm schema mapping. Option 4: node. Question: which of the following details can you find within a customer and #39 S data dictionary in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing? Note, there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 import and export tasks. Option 2 ERP mapping and interfaces. Option 3 custom fields. Option 4 approval rule lookup files. Question: which of the following is a supplier import task that can be loaded under core administration? Note, there are two correct answers to this question. Option 1 import supplier data, consolidated file. Option 2 import supplier contacts. Option 3 import supplier location data, consolidated file. Option 4 import supplier qualification data. Question: in SAP Ariba buying and invoicing, a blanket purchase order is a subtype of the contract document. What additional functionality does the BPO provide? Option 1 BPOs require a maximum amount. The supplier always sees the total amount and can view it as contract on the Ariba network. Option 2 BPOs must switch amount and quantity. The supplier always sees the total amount and the supplier sees it as a PO on the Ariba network. Option 3 BPOs require a maximum amount. The total amount of BPO can be hidden and the supplier sees it as a PO on the Ariba network. Option 4 BPOs require a minimum amount and are sent to the supplier as contracts only on the Ariba network. Option 5 none.
Thank you for attending the session. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below, and we will reply to them at the earliest.